Today we are going to discuss the impact of total taxation on petroleum products and whether the petroleum products can be covered within the ambit of GST. Before going to the actual issue, I first like to inform you that what are petroleum products not covered under GST today. Actually, there are only 5 products that are not covered under GST. Number 1, crude oil, that is crude petroleum oil. 2, petrol. 3, diesel. 4, aviation oil, that is oil required for the aircraft, and 5th is the natural gas. Other petroleum products like LNG, etc., are already covered under GST. Now the buzzword or the most important question is that whether these 5 products can be covered under GST. Before going to the issue, we must know what are the taxation systems are prevalent today in respect of these products. I will take only 2 products, not 5 products, that is petroleum, petrol as well as diesel. Now I will also take Delhi's market. Today's Delhi market, the petrol price today at Delhi is today 80 rupees 87 paisa. Now if we analyze that, we'll find central tax of 19 rupee 48 paisa is charged on account of excise duty. VAT is approximately 16 rupee 83 paisa, which makes total taxation included in 80 rupee 87 paisa is 36.31, which is approximately 45% of the total petrol cost. Apart from that, there are dealers commission of rupees 3 rupees 63 paisa or around 4%. This leaves 40 rupee 93 paisa in the hands of the oil marketing company. In other words, approximately oil marketing companies from where you buy petrol, they get around 51% of the total oil price. That is, they get 40 rupee 93 paisa against total sale price of 80 rupee 87 paisa. And total amount of tax is 45%. Now if we analyze the diesel, we will find diesel today's rate is 72 rupee 97 paisa per liter, in which excise duty, that is central account, consists 15 rupee 33 paisa, and VAT, because it is not under GST, VAT is still there, it is 11 rupee 45 paisa. This makes 26 rupees 78 paisa on account of taxation only, which represents 37% of the total diesel price. Apart from that, dealer gets 2 rupee 53 paisa and oil marketing company gets 43.66 paisa. That makes the total price 72.97 paisa. You will be surprised to know, by selling diesel, the marketing company gets 43.66 paisa, whereas by selling petrol, marketing company gets 40 rupee 93 paisa. That means selling of diesel is more profitable than petrol. This is a situation. In other words, so far petrol is concerned, the tax is 45%, and so far diesel is concerned, the tax rate is 37%. Now we come back to the real question, whether these 5 products can be covered under the GST. My answer is yes. It can easily be covered under GST and it should be covered. But if you feel that by covering the GST, the price of petrol or diesel will come down, probably it is not correct. Because where the present tax rate is 45% for petrol and 37% for diesel, the government cannot reduce it to 28%, which is being charged at the higher level. So they may keep it at 28%, but the balance amount they will raise through by way of cess or surcharge. Otherwise, there will be a huge fiscal deficit. Today we are in a position to come down to the fiscal deficit to a very moderate level because of the fact that our revenues are growing, and major revenue on indirect tax comes from petroleum products. You will be surprised to know the GST actually covers 32% of the indirect tax revenue. 68% of the indirect tax revenue on all petroleum products, not these 5 products only, gives 68% of the revenue. So if the GST rate on these 5 products is reduced to 28%, the government will have a serious fund crisis or fiscal deficit which will not be allowed by any ministry. It will also lead for higher inflation. So therefore, my answer to this question is yes, it is possible, but if you expect the rate will be 28% or lower than that, probably it will not be possible, because government itself is charging today around 40-45% taxation. They cannot afford to reduce it, and if they go for reductions, there will be its impact in 2 areas. One is development and second is increase of fiscal deficit, which no government will like to do. Thank you very much.